Prepare for jaw-dropping moments as nature's fiercest predators and wildest creatures go head-to-head in their daily battle for survival. In this playlist, savage tales, animal encounters, witness incredible animal showdowns, thrilling chases, and heart-stopping close calls. From the cunning tactics of top predators to the extraordinary defenses of prey, each encounter will leave you amazed by the raw power and instinct that rules the wild. Don't miss these unforgettable, action-packed tales of survival in nature's untamed world. Welcome back to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where we dive deep into the wild world of nature's most shocking, brutal, and unexpected animal interactions. From rare footage of animals in the wild to harrowing human encounters, our channel is dedicated to exploring the raw power and unpredictability of the animal kingdom. Today, we have a truly tragic and alarming story that has rocked a small community in Northern California. A mother, out for what should have been a peaceful walk, was brutally attacked and killed by a pack of 25 Great Danes. Neighbors had repeatedly raised the alarm about these dogs, but nothing was done until it was too late. We'll be going over the terrifying details of this attack, the ignored warnings, and the aftermath that has left a town devastated and looking for answers. If you're new to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, this is the place where we share real-life stories of incredible animal behavior, both thrilling and terrifying. From encounters with apex predators to unexpected dangers lurking in our own backyards, we bring you closer to the wild than you've ever been before. Our goal is to educate, inform, and remind everyone of the respect we must show the animals around us, even in the most unexpected circumstances. Now, before we dive into today's story, we'd love for you to join our growing community of wildlife enthusiasts by taking a quick second to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people. If you've ever had your own close encounter with an animal, we'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more wild tales and make sure to ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. You definitely don't want to miss the intense animal encounters we have lined up for the future. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's jaw-dropping story, because here at Savage Tales Animal Encounters, we don't just tell the story, we take you into the wild. Stay savage. Davina Corbin, 56, was a long-time resident of Feather Falls, a small rural town nestled in the foothills of Northern California's Butte County. She was known for her kindness, love for the outdoors, and deep connection to her local community. As a single mother, Davina had raised her children in the peaceful and scenic surroundings of Feather Falls, where she had lived for many years. A nature enthusiast, Davina often enjoyed hiking and walking along the various trails in the area, with Blackhawk Trail being one of her favorites. She valued the serenity of the wilderness, often describing the walks as her time to unwind and find peace amidst nature. The attack on Davina Corbin was both sudden and devastating, occurring in the early hours of August 8, 2024, on Blackhawk Trail in Feather Falls, California. Davina, known for her regular walks in the peaceful, rural surroundings, had ventured out for what seemed to be a typical morning stroll. The trail, once a place of serenity, had recently become a source of unease due to reports of a large pack of Great Danes roaming the area. Despite multiple complaints from neighbors, the authorities had yet to fully address the growing danger posed by these dogs. As Davina walked along Blackhawk Trail, she likely had no idea that she would soon face the fatal attack. The exact moment the dogs approached her remains unclear, but investigators believe that she was caught off guard as the Great Danes descended upon her. These were no ordinary dogs. 25 of them, massive in size and without proper care or containment, were roaming the area. Their sheer size and number would have made it impossible for Davina to defend herself, especially in a remote area with no one around to help. Witnesses and authorities later reconstructed the scene based on evidence at the site. It's believed that Davina was surrounded by the pack, and as they closed in on her, panic must have set in. The dogs, likely emboldened by their numbers and a lack of training or control, turned aggressive. Once one dog initiated the attack, the others followed, their pack mentality driving them to violence. The attack was brutal, with Davina suffering numerous bite marks and deep injuries all over her body. Her clothing and skin were later found covered in the DNA of domestic dogs, which confirmed the role the Great Danes played in her death. Investigators determined that the wounds were consistent with a large-scale dog attack, and the bite patterns left no doubt that these animals had caused the fatal injuries. What made the attack particularly savage was the nature of the dogs involved. Great Danes, while typically known for their gentle demeanor, can become extremely dangerous in packs, especially when unsocialized and untrained. Davina was left defenseless, and it's believed that she was overwhelmed quickly by the dogs. The attack was relentless, and due to the time of day, there was no one nearby to intervene or even hear her cries for help. She was found later that morning by a neighbor, lying in front of the home where the dogs had been living. Her body was covered in bite marks, her clothes torn, and it was clear that the attack had been savage and fatal. The scene was grisly. Davina's body bore the scars of a fierce and prolonged struggle. Her autopsy later revealed the extent of the damage: deep puncture wounds, tears, and trauma from the sheer force of the dog's bites. It was a scene that shocked the local community and horrified those who knew Davina. The location of her body, right in front of the property where the pack of Great Danes had been seen countless times before, only added to the tragedy. Her death was not instant, suggesting that she fought for her life, trying in vain to escape the pack. The sheer number of dogs made it impossible. Once they had surrounded her, there was no way out. The local authorities, led by the Butte County Sheriff's Office, responded swiftly after the attack. They obtained a search warrant for the property where the dogs lived and spent the entire day rounding up the 25 Great Danes. The investigation focused on matching the DNA from the dogs to the samples found on Davina's body, and it was later confirmed that multiple dogs had participated in the attack. 7 of the adult Great Danes involved in the mauling were ordered to be euthanized due to their aggressive behavior, while the 18 puppies were placed in the custody of animal control, with plans for future adoption. The attack was a preventable tragedy, one that could have been avoided had action been taken sooner to address the complaints about the roaming dogs. Neighbors had warned that the dogs were becoming increasingly dangerous, but no steps were taken to contain them before they attacked. Davina Corbin's final moments were marked by terror and helplessness, and her untimely death has left a permanent scar on the Feather Falls community. In the wake of her death, locals were left asking difficult questions. Why had these warnings been ignored? Why was no intervention made to stop the dogs before it was too late? For Davina, a woman who loved the peaceful trails of her hometown, her life came to a tragic and violent end, and her loss will be felt for years to come. Many in the community believed that Davina's death could have been avoided. Neighbors had raised the alarm about the roaming dogs long before this horrific event, but Butte County Animal Control had received no reports of the dogs being outright aggressive. They had been notified of the dogs being malnourished and underweight, but the situation was deemed not critical enough to intervene. The county responded to the complaints, but at the time only a few dogs had been seen, and they were not considered dangerous. The pack of 25 Great Danes, including adult dogs and puppies, had become a regular presence along Blackhawk Trail. With no fencing or other containment measures, they roamed freely, sometimes crossing the road and creating fear among residents. Max Heckler, the neighbor who had his own run-ins with the dogs, voiced his frustrations after the attack, blaming both the owners and local authorities for not acting sooner. His haunting words, "Wait until somebody gets killed by those dogs," tragically became a reality. In the aftermath of Davina's death, investigators worked to round up the dogs, with 7 of the adults scheduled to be euthanized due to their involvement in the attack. The puppies spared from euthanasia were set to be put up for adoption. Davina's family, left to grieve her sudden and violent loss, created a GoFundMe to help cover funeral expenses, as they struggled to come to terms with the fact that her death might have been prevented if action had been taken sooner. Davina Corbin's life was cut short in a horrific and avoidable tragedy, one that has left the Feather Falls community shaken and demanding answers. And that wraps up today's episode of Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. Davina Corbin's tragic story serves as a haunting reminder of the real dangers that can arise when humans and animals cross paths in unexpected ways. If this story moved you or opened your eyes to the importance of animal control and safety, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed today's content and want more gripping tales of wild and unexpected animal encounters, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We have plenty more intense and real-life animal stories coming your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay aware, stay safe, and as always, nature is fierce, but so are we. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where we explore the wild side of life. See you in the next adventure.